So we're on both. Okay, so I was saying if you all you may have seen the message earlier, but if you've got access, grab Copaiba, Digestin, Breathe, and On Guard. And if you don't have a pen and paper, you might want to grab that because we're going to talk really fast for about 20 minutes. Now, don't panic because we're going to do questions and all of that after, but we're gonna do that to try and give people, if they need to be off in 30 minutes, we're honoring that as much as we can. So,
and when we start here in just a second, we're gonna go ahead and mute everybody but Stephanie.
So, hey Sally and Ellie and Sherry.
Hey Sonia.
Ooh, Sherry Webb, good to see you. Trina Fair, good to see you. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? Okay, we're gonna do something fun in a minute. I'm just letting. Oh, we got
several
lots of people on. Okay,
yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. Because guys on Facebook, we have Zoom and Facebook Live, where we got both going on. So we're gonna utilize the emojis that are on Facebook, but you all are gonna do them as well on Zoom. I'm pointing like Zoom's up here. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay, everybody knows we got thumbs up. We have the heart.
Hey, Brenda.
We have the laughing face, the wow, the crying, and the angry face. So how we're going to do that is if you're doing okay, we're going to do a thumb, but hang on, we're going to do it all together. Thumbs up was okay. You can do a heart, and that means you're doing really well today. If you're laughing, you're like, what other option do we have? We just got to laugh and roll with it. The wow is, I cannot believe what is going on. Crying, you're just not feeling real well today. And so we can cry. And then mad, I need a frowny face if you're mad. And that just explains it all. So we're going to do that on. But what I need you to do, guys, on Facebook, I need you to put it in the comments so I can see better. Because I'm seeing thumbs up and I'm seeing the heart. But it would be easier for me if you put it in the comments. So
we're still welcoming some people.
Yes.
Hey, let's see. Who do I see? Come on. Brenda.
Yeah.
Becca. Becky.
Debbie. Yes, good to see you all. Okay, so let me see. Okay, on Zoom, let's see how you're doing. Let me see your thumbs up, heart, happy. You have to do that with your faces. How about that? Oh,
Debbie figured out how to do it on
nice.
Good job.
I don't know how to do that. Good job. I don't know how to do. So,
hey, Patty.
However you, Becky, good job.
Yay,
she's doing well.
Figuring it all out.
Terry Bass, you can just do it. Thumbs up, heart, thumbs up. Good.
Hey,
good.
Miss Jean. Hey, Lee.
Let's see. Okay. So okay, we got some heart and we got some okays on Facebook. Good deal. And you know what, guys? It's okay because sometimes we can feel all of those things in the same day. And it's
just kidding. Sometimes we can feel all those things in the same 5 minutes.
In the same 5 minutes, yeah. So there's a lot going on. It's new stuff that most of us have never walked through before, and it's ever changing. So, and that's okay. But the one thing that I love and that I feel so confident in is that this team here is a place of constantness and what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency.
Yeah.
And
I often say we're a judgment-free zone.
Yes. And we're here for each other, again. And I'm telling you what I'm loving. I'm loving people getting on Team Holton, sharing what's in their diffuser for the day. I think that's great because it gives us all some new ideas. Oh, Brenda is crying. I'm so sorry. I know this is
hard.
It's just a weird time. It's an unsure time. And then just this in general, and then life's still going on. There are things happening. People are getting sick. We have a good friend that's in the hospital, and so my daughter-in-law is pregnant. She's gonna have a baby in a couple months, and so lots of things going on. So, and I know it's just that constant, it's just the constant stuff, and you're trying to keep it together and trying to keep, as positive as we can be. And that's the thing too, I think, we talked Monday about some of the tips that I had seen and some of the things that I was utilizing. And I know you all are seeing some of those too, but again, remember, don't stay glued to the TV and glued to the news 24/7. Because to be completely honest, most of it doesn't change. Most of it doesn't change. And so we get caught up in that, hearing it over and over and over and over again. Check in every few hours. You know what's going on, and move on.
I watched a really good Facebook Live today that was between Christy Wright and Jennifer Allwood, which if you guys have been paying attention, I love both of those people. And they were talking, and first of all, there was the reminder that we can do hard things. We've all done things before. We've all had things before that we felt like there is no way that I'm going to make it through this situation. And we have. And that's not to negate anything. It's not to minimize.
It's still
exactly.
hard. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
one of the other things that Jennifer Allwood encourages us with, she's my mentor, my business mentor. And one of the things she encourages us with often is it's okay to feel all the feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
There comes a point though where you have to say, you know what, I am down and I'm bummed. I'm going to feel this for the next hour. I'm going to live in it for the next hour, and then I'm doing something to get out of it.
Can you turn the light when you get a chance to?
I also often say our feelings are real, but they're not always the truth.
Right.
So remember that they're real and we need to acknowledge them, but they're not always the truth as to what's going on. So just kind of remember that. Hey, Karen and Amy, good to see you.
And Renata and
Yes,
Denise. And I don't think we welcomed Miss Jean.
Okay. Good deal.
Fernanda.
Good deal.
Betty.
And do we have, is Kim still on?
I think so.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Not real sure. I think
Where'd she go?
that might be her.
Okay. Because it
that
said
her
her name
number?
at first. I don't know. I'd have to look again.
Okay.
Kim, you still on here? I was just making sure because she was having trouble getting on, so I was making sure that it was still. Oh, there she is, right there. Okay. All right, good deal. All right, so glad you all are here, and we are, like I said, if you have, again, one more time, grab Copaiba, Digestin, Breathe, On Guard, if you can. Good job, Terry Bass. She got oils, I see. And if you want to grab some paper and a pen, here's what we're going to do.
Hey, Amy.
We're going to talk really fast for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you are more than welcome to type questions in on Facebook or on Zoom, but we're not going to hop to those questions until we're done for those 20 minutes. So you can type them in there. You can also write them on paper if you want, or just take notes. But that's what we're going to do because we're just kind of try to move it right along. We're here after those 20 minutes. We can stay and chat. We can share things. We can do whatever. But we're going to try to keep that into that 20 minutes, and then we'll chat and ask questions and talk after that. So do you need to mute everybody? Or are we already muted? Everybody's muted. Okay. I'm going to let Stephanie Charbonneau is one of our team members in South Carolina, right, Stephanie?
Yes.
And she and I met at convention a few years ago, and we just kind of clicked, and we've been good friends. Her husband is Doug, and my husband is another Doug, and I think we just kind of all just kind of meshed, and it was so fun because Stephanie hit silver and walked at convention, not this past convention, but a year ago. And it was so fun. Tears were streaming down my face. I'm watching them. And then they were shooting them up the stairs to get them off the stage. And literally they walked right up the stairs next to me. And it was my favorite moments, one of my favorite memories still. So Stephanie is participating in what doTERRA calls Diamond Club right now. So she's just going to tell you a little bit about herself, how long she's been with doTERRA, and a little bit about Diamond Club. And then we'll get started.
Okay. Like Amy said, my name is Stephanie Charbonneau. I live in Lexington, South Carolina. I have been using doTERRA for 5.5 years, and probably building for 3.5 probably. I am participating in Diamond Club. It started in March. It goes for 4 months, and it is an intense period of time for those 4 months where you are able to work really hard and build your business to shoot towards reaching the diamond rank. And so basically what you have to do, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of it, is you have to have 4 classes per month, 2 personal enrollments. You have to get help your team get 14 enrollments. And then there's prizes and lots of fun stuff when you enroll people. If they enroll with anywhere between $100 and $299, they get a free Citrus Bliss. And if they enroll with 300 plus PV, they get a Citrus Bliss and an adaptive. So that's the basics of that.
Good deal. And that applies to anybody that's on this call. They have the opportunity to earn those freebies. And for those of you that don't have your own doTERRA account yet, you have the opportunity to do that for the next until Saturday, right, Stephanie? They could
That's correct.
Own account until Saturday. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But
Yes.
just I wanted to put that out there and just to let you know that there are some freebies. And then doTERRA decided to bless us so that we could bless other people this week with percentage off of certain enrollment kits. Well, kits, because we can get those too, right? At the discount? Just
No.
enrollment. Good question. Oh, I didn't. Anyway, let's just go with the enrollment for now. For people, they are 20% off. So
If somebody knows the answer to that question, if you're on, whether
I couldn't hear the question. What was the question?
do you know with the kits that are on sale, are they
Yes.
for just enrollments, or can wellness advocates get those at discounted as well? Anybody know?
It's just for enrollment,
Just enrollment.
just for new members. Yeah.
All right, so good deals. So we've got a couple. Hey, Pam Eicher, a couple good deals going on right now. So, all right, everybody got their. You ready?
Yeah.
Got their pens and paper, and we are going to start. We are going to talk about On Guard, our protective blend first. I think that's probably the most apropos for this time that we are all in right now. So, Stephanie, do you know off the top of your head a couple of the oils that are in On Guard?
Cinnamon, clove, wild orange. I think maybe eucalyptus too.
Rosemary. I think rosemary.
Rosemary. Yeah, rosemary. Yeah.
So that is, doTERRA has, that is a proprietary blend that doTERRA has put together for us, and it is our protective blend. It is, we have a huge line of doTERRA On Guard products, but we are talking about the oil. If you all have that, if you have the On Guard oil right now, just open it up and smell it. To me, it kind of smells like fall Christmas tree in a bottle. So
Yeah.
it's a huge tool that we use to help support our immune system. And we used to say it boosted the immune system, but that's not really what it does. It's just giving our body the tools to fight, to support our immune system for what it's already trying to do, just giving it some extra tools. One thing that was shared with me probably a couple years ago, when I asked a question of a biologist and a chemist, and I said, okay, explain to me in a nutshell, why do essential oils work? And his response to me was, because your body sees it as food. So if that just kind of narrows it down, makes it easier to wrap your mind around, there's all sorts of science and sesquiterpenes and limonene and all the things. But in a nutshell, your body sees it as food. That's also why it's so important which essential oils we use. Not all essential oils are the same. When I talk to you about, brands. When I talk to you about what maybe lavender oil can do, I'm talking about doTERRA's lavender oil because I know that it's true oil. A lot of the things out there that say that they are, they're not the same. There's lots of things that can be added. A lot of times it's just a carrier oil to kind of make it stretch further, but they're not all the same. So that's why it's so important though, because our body takes it and uses this as food. Anything else what about On Guard? Something that stands out to you? On Guard is great for any and all ways. We can do it internally. They actually make it for us in a soft gel, which is not available right now because everybody wanted them in the soft gel form. But we can do it internally. We can do it topically. We can diffuse it.
It's a powerhouse when it comes to cleaning.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. So lots of good things. And right now we have toothpaste, mouthwash, any and all ways that you can use On Guard for your family. I would do that. That's what we do in our home. I clean with it.
I even go so far as to put them on, to put drops of On Guard on my dryer balls, just because I like the fragrance.
Yeah. So any and all ways that you can use On Guard right now, use that. Last Monday night, for those of you that were with us, know that we did kind of a DIY, and we actually made products. We did some On Guard wipes. We actually made our own On Guard foaming hand soap because at that point in time, it was not available. It is now. You can get one bottle, but we had lots of fun. So just use On Guard. You got it, use it. So that is our protected blend. Stephanie, you want to talk a little bit about digestion? Because I think you told me that this is one of your hubby's favorite.
Yeah, so my husband was a non-believer when I first began with the oils, and actually he pushed back so hard that I thought I was going to have to fight him about it. But anyway, he was suffering one night with indigestion, and he refused to even try it, so I had to put some in my hand and sneak up to him and pull the covers back and rub it on his stomach, and he screamed like a girl, and he knows I tell this story exactly like this, so he's okay with me saying he screamed like a girl. But the next day, he came into the kitchen and he said, "I think that stuff works. I hate to say it, but I think that stuff works." And so now I don't think he goes a day now without using it. He used to be on some medications for digestive problems, and he does not need to take those anymore because the digestion has worked to create a healthy digestion environment in his gut or whatever.
One of the things that I noticed too with men, they need to have their own personal aha moment with oils.
Yes.
Honestly, Digestin and Breathe are usually the two that do that because they work so quickly and so well. Like you can't deny that it worked usually. So that is key. Digestin is amazing. And again, our Digestin comes in the straight oil, the roller, we have soft gels, but anything tummy related, and it's just a smart oil. So even intestinally, depending on what you need to do, this oil can help you do, or what not do, it can help you not do. So just an incredible oil. It smells, what are the oils, do you know off the top of your head that are in Digestin? Putting her on the spot.
Don't even do that. It's got
Peppermint, fennel,
anise.
anise,
Ginger.
caraway seed, coriander, tarragon. Yeah.
So lots of those. So all of those good for
Ginger. Don't forget about ginger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just used that one today because I just had.
Now you tell me.
My tummy was not happy.
Yeah. So it is an incredible,
but it's
incredible
all better
oil.
now.
Yeah, incredible oil. So good.
And you can take that one internally as well.
Absolutely. Kind of tastes like black licorice. Has that smell.
Yeah.
Which I do not care for at all. But I've learned to really embrace the flavor of that because it works so well. I mean, you can't even deny. We also have the Digest tabs, which are the chewable that you chew up, and my sons swear by those. They love the Digest tabs. So it's an incredible product as well, especially, like I said, for our guys who sometimes need a little bit more convincing than the rest of us.
Yes.
You want to talk about?
I would love to talk about Breathe. Breathe is one of my favorite products. It's actually, who was it today that had the post up asking about what we had in our diffusers?
Kelly Tamborino.
Oh yeah, Kelly Tamborino had a post up today that asked what we had in our diffusers. I have had On Guard and Breathe in my diffusers 24/7, all of the diffusers in the house.
Me too.
For the last 2 weeks.
Especially at night. I do some different stuff during the day, like in my living room, but in our bedroom at night, that's what's in there. Around the clock.
I also love to, again, this is a hard time of year to be watching for symptoms because a lot of the symptoms that we're supposed to be watching for, I have naturally this time of year because everything's blooming. So I've been trying to be really proactive so that I can tell a difference if there comes a difference at any point. So like I also love to put, if I get up in the morning and I'm just extra congested, which happens, I'll put 4 or 5 drops of Breathe on the floor of the shower when I get in to take the shower, just before I step in. And the steam from the shower helps to just get that into my lungs and really helps with that. Our family has also really learned to love Breathe when we fly or travel through the mountains. One of the little known, it's amazing to me how often we have conversations on some of the leadership pages and stuff about ears and that kind of thing, and nobody mentions Breathe. But I'm telling you, as a person who started suffering with ear difficulty as an adult, I didn't have trouble as a child. But as an adult, I can tell you that Breathe works really well. It helps open the eustachian tubes, and it doesn't allow the fluid to back up. So I will not often. Anytime I fly, when I get ready to take off, I pop a Breathe throat lozenge in my mouth, and I take the Breathe Touch, and on the hard bone behind your ear, I start there, and I just swipe down the jawline, because that's where your eustachian tubes, the general area where your eustachian tubes run, and it helps keep those airways clear. Yep. And yes, I still have to do the blowy thing and pop it, but generally by the time we are off the plane, my ears have settled down. So it's an incredible tool when it comes to that. Yeah.
And anything respiratory related, it is super helpful. I mean, it very much lives up to its name.
If you have sinus issues right here across your forehead, it's a great one to use.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then it also comes in a Breathe stick. like almost like you can rub on, your kiddos and stuff like that. And again, when we're talking about oils, doTERRA has done Touchline of some of our main oils, and then we have a kids line, but we always dilute for children and older people. And it just helps to go into the body at a slower rate to not overwhelm the system or create skin sensitivity. So that's just one of those things that we always do. One thing that I didn't say on the onset of this is that what essential oils are. Essential oils are the compounds. What is it called? Not volatile.
The essence.
Yeah, of different fruits and plants and that. So those of you that, when you touch an orange or a lemon or a rose petal, you know how you can feel that on your fingers? Those are essential oils. That's what you're feeling. And what has been done is those oils have been processed and distilled into the oil form, and that is what we are then using for our body. Again, like food. It's crazy, and I don't know off the top of my head. I remember this statistic. 1 drop of our peppermint oil is equivalent to like 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that just shows you how powerful 1 drop of oil is. And that's why we say too, with oils, we use less more frequently is really the best rule of thumb in using that. So that's really just what essential oils are. Again, you can get into the chemistry, the biology of all of that, but that's in a nutshell what essential oils are. So, nope, we still have to talk about copaiba. Stephanie, you want to talk a little bit about copaiba?
Oh yes, copaiba is also a favorite in our house, and it is another one that really has helped my husband a lot. He has a lot of back pain issues, and so he had been using Deep Blue for years just to kind of manage the pain, not even make it go away, just manage through it. But when they released copaiba, I think it's almost 3 years ago now, he's able to layer this copaiba. He puts the copaiba on first, and then he layers the Deep Blue on top of that, and he completely does not take any medication now because of this copaiba.
Copaiba is phenomenal. Yeah, it is an incredible tool. It also comes in a soft gel form, and my husband has just recently discovered he takes our Deep Blue polyphenol soft gels. He was taking those on a regular basis, and he has discovered that the copaiba appears to work just equally as well for him as Deep Blue, and the copaiba costs less and is a little bit easier to get, and so that's been a game changer for him. I know people who have seen great results with copaiba, and anxious thoughts can really help to bring kind of a settling, calming feeling to them. So it's just
and that's in large part because copaiba is part of the cannabinoid family. So you all know that cannabinoid oils or cannabinoid products, including things like CBD oil or hemp oil, or just those other products, have been really big in the news recently. The beauty of copaiba is that it is in the cannabinoid family, but it does not have any THC ever. So there's no possibility of seeing hallucinogenic effects or anything along those lines, but yet it does some of the same things that those other products do. So
yeah, it's incredible. It's really an incredible product. So
it's actually better than CBD oils. It has better results than the CBD oils, and you will never test positive for drugs on a drug test.
Yes, it's incredible. And like I said, it's a very mild. To me, it reminds me of frankincense.
Yes,
in taste.
Even a milder taste.
Yeah. So it reminds me a lot of frankincense. So
and it's a great one to layer.
Absolutely.
So it's great to layer with things like lemongrass, frankincense, and Deep Blue. Yeah. To help with muscle and joint aches.
Absolutely. So it's
copaiba though is one that you want to. Copaiba is a driving oil.
Correct.
So if you were going to do those, I would do the frankincense or the copaiba last.
Yes.
So and that's just kind of when you're layering on different things.
Yep.
So those 4 oils that we just talked about are part of one of the kits that doTERRA is offering right now to new people who don't yet have their own wholesale account, and it is called the Healthy Essentials Kit. Is what we are. Those 4 are featured in that. So, and it also comes with a diffuser. I'll have Carol show that to you real quick. But then we're going to. I love the petal diffuser. It's still one of my all-time favorite. Mine is still. I have the older one that's kind of pink purple, but I love it. Love that diffuser?
It will go, it's got a variable rate on it, so it will go 2 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours at a time.
And I will tell you, when we were first introduced to oils about almost 8 years ago, diffusing was last on my list. I just felt like it was the least important for, I don't know. I just didn't do it. And I had a diffuser. But I've learned over the years how powerful diffusing is, because one thing is you are taking care of anybody who comes into that room and they have no idea.
Yeah.
So you can put whatever you want in that. If you've got kiddos that are just kind of having a cranky day or something like that, put some balance and wild orange in there,
Citrus
or
oils.
some citrus oils, whatever you need
Over
to
the
do.
holidays, I was diffusing adapted nonstop.
Yeah. So I love diffusing. And like I said, in our home, in my living room, especially at night, when all this junk's going around, I diffuse On Guard and Purify. And I turn that on before I go upstairs to bed, and it runs all night long in our living room, because it is then just purifying and cleaning the air that everyone's been breathing all day long.
When you diffuse oils, the molecules break down enough that they actually hang in the air for 7 to 8 hours after it's done diffusing. So, for example, we know several people who are teachers that they're not allowed to use oils in the classroom while the students are there, but they'll punch a diffuser when they leave. One of these petals would be perfect because it runs for 12 hours.
Yeah.
They'll punch a diffuser on when they leave in the evening, and then
it just runs through the night. And you think about that, then it's hanging in the air, but then what does fall, it's falling on desks and all that. So I think that's incredible. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the last 6 oils that are part of that Healthy Essentials kit, and we're just going to bullet point them for you real quick. And then we're about done. So we're just going to bullet point. So what we're going to do is we're going to mention an oil, and Stephanie and Carol and I are each going to just say one thing about that oil, that either how we use it, what it's good for, that kind of thing. And will you hand me the emotions book? Because I'm gonna, y'all know me. I love to talk about the emotions of oils. So I'm gonna do what we'll pop one of those when we talk about that. So yep, do whatever you want to do.
Okay, peppermint's the first one. Go, Stephanie.
Peppermint is good for waking you up, especially if you're driving on a long trip.
Absolutely. It's also good for cooling the skin down if you need to do that for whatever reason. You've been out in the sun too long, whatever else is going on, but that is a good one for, you put in a spray or even just down the spine, cools the skin.
It's also a great one for opening airways, air pathways. So if you deal with seasonal junk of any kind, it's great for that. All right, next one's lavender.
Lavender is great for sleep.
Yeah,
it is. Lavender is all things calming, whatever that needs to be. The emotions, the inside, skin stuff, all things calming. And tell your story about your burn.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story about my burn, and then I'm also going to tell that lavender is also a great oil that you can use with your pets.
Yes.
You can put it on along their spine or on their paws. It's not going to hurt them to ingest it if they lick that area, but along the spine or the ears is a great spot for that, and it will help calm, like during fireworks and that type of thing.
Yep, absolutely.
I had a burn a couple years ago. It's actually happened more than once, embarrassingly. But this one, I was actually putting something in the oven on Christmas Eve before we went to church, and I touched the coil on the top of the oven, and should have had a huge welt. But I ran upstairs before we left, and I grabbed the lavender bottle, and I did 2 things with it. I put the lavender oil on the spot, and then I held it in that hand. And as I recall, it was my right hand. Held it in that hand so that nobody shook my hand. And I just did that every time it started to twinge, and I felt it for the rest of that evening, and then started using some frankincense on it the next day, and it didn't scab.
Yeah, nothing.
No marks,
nothing. It was amazing.
Yep. So when she says things calming, all things calming. Okay, next one's lemon.
Lemon, I like to put it in my water in the morning for a detox.
Mm-hmm. It's a very, very gentle detox. I love lemon. I love the smell of lemon. If you all have lemon in front, if you happen to have that handy, open that bottle and smell, because lemon smells amazing.
Yes.
I'm going to do the emotional components of lemon, because some of the others are kind of given. You can kind of figure those out. But lemon, it says it's the oil of focus. The delightful citrusy aroma of lemon engages the mind and aids concentration. While lemon supports the emotional body, major effects are experienced in the mental field. The crisp scent of lemon oil improves one's ability to focus. And then there's more that tells about that. And this is the book that I normally, so I just think that's cool. That lemon helps you focus. Again, citrus oils kind of help to invigorate and just kind of sharpen. You think about that. If you walk through a lemon grove, it just smells so good. And you're just like, it smells so good. So I think that's interesting.
It's a great cleansing agent for both the body and the home.
Absolutely.
So another great tip is you can put a drop or two of lemon oil on a wash rag and wipe down the countertops. It helps to just keep the countertops clear of anything that would cause issues with your family. And it also helps to just uplift your mood. Your house smells wonderful once you're done doing that. I have a Roomba, so I don't use a traditional vacuum, but for those of you who are using a traditional vacuum, you can also put the lemon oil on the filter in the vacuum. And whenever you vacuum with that device, it helps put that out in the air and it smells really nice.
Good idea. It also can help things stop bleeding, just so you know. Normally we grab helichrysum for that, but if you don't have helichrysum, lemon can also, like you scratch yourself or something.
Doesn't burn
at all. Doesn't burn because there's no acid. That's not where the acidity comes from, is the rind of the fruit.
Next up is balance.
Oh, balance. I
love me some balance.
I love balance because it's calming, especially if you have like anxious thoughts.
Absolutely. Balance is called our grounding blend, and that's exactly what it does. It can just really help to kind of pull you in, kind of think of it as a hug, because you know how when somebody hugs you, you kind of don't have any choice but to calm down. They're just they're holding you, and that's how I see balance. It just kind of hugs you.
I use Balance in Citrus Bliss daily as my just fragrance. And I also use the Balance deodorant.
Yeah, I do too. I love our deodorant.
It's an incredible one. I use it. It's not recommended for internal use, but I use it topically and aromatically all the time.
You're talking about the Balance oil, not the deodorant.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about deodorant, and then
we don't need our deodorant
not for internal
either.
use. And I just wanted to clarify. I did not want there to be any.
It's amazing what you have to tell people, but yes.
Don't eat the deodorant.
Deep Blue.
We've talked a little bit. Deep Blue, yeah.
Yeah, Deep Blue is the one that my husband uses for that pain in his back, in his lower back. So
amazing. Deep Blue is an incredible blend of oils. It has wintergreen, peppermint. Anybody else know off the top of your head? I know. I'm like,
that's tiny.
Blue.
Helichrysum. Has helichrysum in it. I know.
Blue tansy.
Okay.
Blue tansy, osmanthus flower.
Yes.
Okay. So it is an incredible oil for helping when your muscles get all out of whack. It actually helps with cramps, any and all types of cramps. My daughter discovered that a few years ago, and it also comes in a touch form. Taking that and rolling that over the lower tummy area can help immensely with cramps. So an incredible oil, Deep Blue.
And I use Deep Blue in any and all ways.
Yeah, and it also comes in a lotion, in a tube lotion, which is super easy for applying to spots.
We have discovered, my chiropractor and I have discovered that if I go get a massage shortly before I go for my chiropractic appointments, it helps the adjustments to go easier and for them to hold longer. And so I have gotten to the place where I go for a massage every month before that appointment, and she uses our Aroma Touch oil and Deep Blue rub on those massages.
Yeah. So good stuff. Deep Blue is an incredible oil. So we got one more to go.
This may be my favorite. New oil. Can't say enough about it. It's our Adaptive blend.
Yes, that is my new favorite oil too. I struggled a lot with anxiety and depression, and I used to take medication for it, but thanks to the Adaptive oil, the Adaptive roller, and the Adaptive pills, I don't take anything anymore. I'm so excited about that. I'm completely medication free.
Yeah, and it's amazing. This is something that doTERRA was working on for several years, understanding the need to really support mental health and really help give people tools to do that. And Adaptive was what they came up with to do that.
They've been doing quite a bit of legit research on this. They actually did it for several years before they released the product, and they continue it. So I'm excited to hear. We thought we knew we were going to get to hear a lot about it at Leadership Retreat, but I'm anxious to hear from Dr. Hill here in a couple weeks to give us more information about that product.
So those were all of the oils in what is called the Healthy Essentials Kit. Those oils all are in other things as well. But this kit, that's what that is put together. And so that is one of the 4 that doTERRA is offering at 20% off if you do not have your own wholesale account yet. So you just need to get with whoever invited you tonight to this class, get with them and be able to take advantage of that. We also, like Stephanie told you, there's also a couple freebies if you enroll. So we need to do one thing ahead of time, because if you're wanting to take advantage of those freebies, we need to get information from you as far to, so that that can be submitted for this as a class.
Because this is a special event, we have to kind of pre-register people who might have any interest in getting their own account.
Yes. Sorry.
So to do that, if you would go ahead and shoot a message to me.
So if you just want to write this down right now, so you can do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
My email address is Carol, CAROL, @carolholtz.com. So that's CAROLHOLTZ. If you'll just shoot me your name, email address, and phone number, so Stephanie can submit those. And again, those registrations or enrollments have to be in by when? Saturday.
Saturday. And I also need to check a box. So if someone enrolls someone, they'll just let you know or let me know, that'd be great. That way I can check it off that they enrolled through this class.
So yeah. So again, like I said, we always love to talk about the oils and kits and all that. So doTERRA has just done a huge thing the end of this crazy month that we've had.
And this is just one of those kits.
Yeah.
We actually have, there's actually one of the other kits that if you are looking for products right now, if you have prospects or friends that are interested in getting their own accounts, there is an incredible kit that has a bunch of the On Guard products in it. And then for those of you who already have an account, we also have an immune kit that is available to us right now that has all of the On Guard products. And even though you're not able to order some of those on your loyalty rewards program orders, you can still get that kit as of right now.
All right.
Yes.
So those are the oils that we are planning to talk about tonight. So now, we'll try to be really respectful of your time. So for those of you that may have to run right now, again, just get with the person that invited you tonight if you have any other questions, or if you can stick around and want to chat, then we are going to answer some questions and talk through some more stuff right now. So we're going to go back through questions. I don't see anything on Facebook Live at the moment, but we have lots on the Zoom chat. So go ahead and type in, and we are going to. I love Zoom. I love being able to see, although most of you have your screens blacked out, so I can't see your face, but you know.
Okay. Terry Bass says her friend's name is Fran. Hello, Fran.
Fran, good to see you. We're glad you're here.
Let's see what else we have. Sorry, this is not as easy as I felt like it should be. Okay, On Guard soft gels are included in the enrollment kits. Yes. Any kits that are available right now, you can still get the On Guard products in if they're listed in the account in the description. Linda says she uses On Guard in her dishwasher.
Hey, Linda, I have a question about that. Do you just add it to what you already have in there, or do you do it in place of something?
No, I just actually take it and add a couple of drops into the bottom of the dishwasher.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I tried to make my own dishwasher stuff and it did not go well. The first couple loads, I was so excited, and then it just created such a film on stuff that I had to quit using it, and I'm so bummed. But I might just try the.
I just add a couple of drops of the actual oil in my dishwasher.
Good to know. Good to know.
Renata said she thinks all of our husbands are non-believers until they get a taste of it.
Until they have some big issue that needs to be taken care of. And let me tell you, let me encourage you ladies who might be in that spot. It does take our guys a little bit longer, and that's okay. But I can tell you, for my family, I have one husband, I have 2 sons, I have 2 sons who are now married. But I can tell you that my guys, all of them, their go-to are our oils. It has become a lifestyle for our family. So it can happen. It will happen. It just becomes part of, like I said, our daily routine, our daily life. So just keep at it. Keep using your oils. keep diffusing your oils, and eventually they'll probably come around.
Brenda has a question from Facebook. She said, is the Breathe oil and copaiba oils neat? Yes, you can use both of those oils neat if you want to.
Yeah,
or,
I
or
will.
you can use
Yeah. Now, for anybody
carrier.
that has any type of, if your skin is sensitive, which I would have never thought mine was, but I do have issues. I can use Breathe Neat once, but then I have to dilute after that. And I can do the Breathe Touch, which is already diluted for us, and that works fine. But copaiba, I can use neat. I don't have to dilute.
And with the
copaiba.
Breathe, if you need to use it and you're out and about and don't have access to a carrier oil, you can always, if you have access to your feet, you can always put it on the bottom.
Absolutely.
Putting those under like the toe or the front pad area of your foot is a great area to do that. That's a part of your foot that correlates with your head. I know that's weird, but it works.
Yes.
So works wonderfully.
Hey, Dawn Fleming, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Okay, we have another question on Facebook, and it says, Pam Buell says, when I diffuse, I feel like the smell disappears after a couple of hours, and I add more. Should the initial drops last for several hours? I think what happens is we actually become nose blind to it. It's still there, because if you go out of the room most of the time and you come back in, you actually will smell it. But
Yes.
I like to put a good amount of drops in my diffuser because I really like to smell it initially. But I've noticed that seems to be what happens, is that you just become used to it. You're nose blind to it.
And then let's see, Christine said you can still get On Guard soft gels in the enrollment kits as well as the immune support kit. Yes. Digestin, Angie said Digestin was her husband's aha moment for tummy issues.
Absolutely. And to go with that, what Angie just said, Jackie Pry just asked a question, and the answer to your question, Jackie, Digestin is incredible for anything tummy related. Our peppermint soft gels are huge for issues that originate in the intestinal tract, which is where a lot of these come from. Inflammation gets out of balance. But our peppermint soft gels are specifically created. They're doubling capsule. Is that what it's called?
They're enteric coated.
Enteric coated.
Yeah.
And to get to the intestine, because obviously stomach acid takes care of a lot of stuff, but we need the peppermint to get to the intestinal tract. And our peppermint soft gels were specifically created for that. So Jackie, I would look into the peppermint soft gels. And if you have any other questions, shoot a private message to Carol or I or whoever invited you to tonight, and we'll help you get those answers. Hey, Vicki, good to see ya.
Terry Bass said, someone recently asked me how copaiba works compared to CBD. I'm gathering info now, hoping to have some specifics. Terry, have you seen, if you have not found this already, Dr. Hill has done a couple of really good videos talking about that. So I would encourage you, and we might have even posted them, at least one of them, on the Team Holtz Essentials page. So just type in the search area.
Let me throw this out here right now. I think this is really apropos for the time that we're in. And those of you that know me, have been on any of our stuff, know that this is one thing that I say all the time. And we need to become proactive and not as much reactive. So we need to think of this life and your oil journey as a marathon. We need to be doing things all the time on a daily basis, like preparing for the sprint. And that's what we're in right now, guys. That's what's going on, and this craziness, that's what's going on. We need to be preparing year round for this with oils and supplements and eating as well as we can, drinking a lot of water. All of those things combine to giving our body the tools to function at its optimum and to allow our immune system to function at optimum and fight off junk. And that's any year, whatever's going around, the gunk that goes around in the winter. And then, we have the stuff in the spring, all of that stuff. And we have the tools. We just need to use them.
Your body is going to find it really difficult to catch up when it comes to immunity.
Absolutely.
So we need to make sure that it's supported in the immune capabilities that it has at all times.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Linda says turmeric, deep blue, and copaiba are powerhouse oils for muscle and joint pain when layered together.
Absolutely. Yep. Good stuff. And the turmeric, taking that internally as well, it helps as well.
Yeah.
those are double encapsulated, correct?
Those are double
Yes,
encapsulated.
those things.
Yeah.
And those have
Those
the
are out
oil-
right now,
I
but they
know.
should be back
Yeah,
soon.
those have the oil and the powder.
Yes,
right?
which is
For
what
the-
makes them super effective.
Yeah, and
The
that's
oil works.
uh,
The capsules really work.
working together. So those are huge. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's see
see.
what else we got. Oh, Terry Bass said lavender is great for a paper cut too.
Oh,
Yep.
good to know.
Sure.
Good to
When we
know.
say all things calming, what we mean is all things
Yes.
calming.
So good. Good stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the last of the comments.
Well, and
there.
I love the fact that in this kind of forum, and even on Team Holt, I love the fact that lots of things work differently for different people. One of the quotes that I was introduced to recently was, and it was Boyd Truman, who does Symphony of the Cells, if any of you are familiar with that. One of the things that he said is that we are all thumbprints. He didn't say we all have thumbprints. He said we're all thumbprints. And the bottom line is we've all lived different lives. We've lived in different areas. We breathe different air. I grew up, spent some time in California where the smog is horrible. We've eaten different food. We've been under different stresses. We've had different physical issues in our body. So we're all a little bit different. And that's why oils work a little bit differently for each of us. Most of the time, your oils like Digest and Breathe, those work across the board. But sometimes you get questions like sleep or anxious feelings or the head tension that makes you want to throw up. Those kind of things that different oils work for different people. And so I love that. I love that we have, are you leaving, Terry? You leaving?
Bye.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Love you. Good to see you. And we're all just a little bit different, but I love the fact that we have people that can say, hey, I know this sounds weird, but I tried this for this. And I love how we can share that and just help each other along this journey. And I love that. Hi, Debbie. So, you have any other questions?
I don't see any new ones.
Okay. All right.
This is your last chance.
It's good to see you guys. I love this. Oh, let us tell you too. So you know that we started kind of doing this last Monday. We did the DIY things that we made, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Then Thursday of last week, we did a pregnancy, infant, and children Zoom call. That one did not go live on Facebook because there was a glitch and we couldn't get it to do that. But we do have, that's on your website, right?
Yes.
That video?
Yes, and
Okay.
there's a link on the Team Holt Essentials
Okay.
page to show you where to find
Correct. And then this past Monday, we did kind of a question and answer. We just kind of chit-chatted back and forth. And then tonight, we have this one. And then Monday, we're doing a cooking with oils.
Yes.
And so that will be, Carol and I will be doing that. So I'm sure you'll want to come for that because it's liable to
Who
be
knows what'll happen.
it's liable to be fun. So that is, and then do we have, next Thursday is, I think it's emotions.
Emotions.
It's that we're going to do an emotions class.
And if y'all
So-
haven't heard Amy teach an emotions class, you need to be here.
So again, I love talking about emotions.
Just as an FYI, once
Oh.
once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and let it process. No, it doesn't have to process. I will need to let it process, post it on my website, which is carolholtz.com. Go to the Learn Essential Oils with Me, and it will be the last video on there probably. So it will be there, and you can also back to our Team Holtz Essentials Facebook page if you are already a Team Holtz member, and you can see it, watch it, comment, send friends to it that already have their accounts there. So
and that's the thing, because like I said, Carol said she has that stuff. She has stuff on her website that not everybody obviously can get to on our team pages, just because those are team pages. So lots of options out there. And again, this is the time we need to share what we know. We need to share the tools that we have because everybody right now is in a state of everybody's wanting to take care of their health and to do what they can to take care of their family. So I'm just checking to see if there are any other
Yep, I don't see any new
Okay.
questions.
I think we're good.
All
It's so
right.
good to see you all. Hopefully we'll see you next week too. For we've got, like I said, we've got cooking on Monday and emotions. I've got emotions every day, but we have emotions on Thursday. So Stephanie, thank you so much. And again,
Yes.
let's one more time. Where do they need to send?
Your name, email address, and phone number if you're watching this video after the fact to us, or even now if you don't have your own account yet, to me at carolholtz.com. Yes, Becky Hart, it'll be 6:30 Monday and Thursday. All of our stuff is at 6:30.
Yep.
So, yep.
So yeah.
And
sounds good to me.
I'll have links to both of those on the Team Holtz Essentials page as well,
Alright.
so you can do that.
That was
Alrighty.
so good to see you all.
Yes, thank you.
Yay,
Hey,
good to
Steph.
see you.
I'm gonna have Amy call you real quick.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later.